If you're still making these four mistakes at the gym, then let me tell you, you're never going to get your dream physique. So let's get started with the first one, and that is not training every muscle in your body at least 2 times per week. You need to understand that most muscles in your body recover after 48 hours. So if you don't stimulate them again after every 48 hours, you're literally missing out on half a week worth of gains. Do you know how much faster you would progress if you stimulated every muscle at least 2 times per week? You would literally progress twice as fast. More frequent stimulus for your muscles is always better than doing all sets in one single session. It's because the graph of your gains plotted against the number of sets you do in a session is a diminishing returns curve. So one set will give you like 40% of the gains, two sets will give you an additional 20% of the gains, three sets will give you an additional 10% of the gains, four sets will give you an additional 5% of the gains, and then six sets will give you another additional 1% of the gains. So you see what's happening over here, right? The more sets you do, the lesser gains you get in return. So might as well just get the majority of the gains you can on one session that's doing the first three sets that covers up to 80 to 90%, and then stimulate your muscle again after 48 hours when it's fully recovered. That way you won't even have to dig deeper into your recovery and spend more time at the gym. So always train your muscles at least twice per week. The next mistake is going to be never ever reaching muscular failure. And yes, I know you think you do train to failure and you do train very hard, but tell me one thing, when was the last time you actually physically failed a rep? Like physically you couldn't get out of that position, or like physically you couldn't push the dumbbell up, or physically you couldn't push the squat bar up? When was the last time? You don't even remember it. So how can you say that you're training to failure when you don't even know when was the last time you trained to failure? You need to understand that your muscles are made out of two types of fibers. Some of them are thin, the other ones are thick. The ones that are thin, no matter what intensity of a movement you carry out, the thin ones are always activated. But the thick ones are only activated when your muscles really need them. That is, they're only activated under a very high load or when you're training close to or to failure. And because those muscle fibers are thick, they have more growth potential and more potential to make your muscles bigger. So if you don't take your muscles to failure frequently, you're literally missing out on those maximum growth potential muscle fibers, and you're not gonna get big enough anytime soon. I mean, literally, bro, like I hardly see anyone failing in the gym anymore. You need to understand that gym is not only about consistency, it's also about hard work. You need to put in the effort, you need to feel that pain. So if you don't physically train to failure, don't tell me you're training to failure. The third mistake is going to be underestimating the basics: the sleep, protein, nutrition. I know this sounds very common and so obvious that most of y'all are already assuming it's going to be completely on point for me, but let me tell you, that's absolutely not the case. Even for me, when I think about how good of a sleep I get every night, it's not on point. Yeah, sure, I am tracking my food, but sometimes even my protein ends up being a little lesser than I want it to. Sometimes even my calories are higher than I want them to be. So if even I'm making mistakes, how the hell are you going to have everything on point? It's impossible for you to have everything on point. Yeah, sure, nothing is going to be perfectly fine, but you can always optimize your sleep. No screens at least 30 minutes prior to bedtime. Have your last meal at least 2 hours before your bed so that your blood sugar levels are stable. Always use those blue light glasses or something if you have them. Use them at least 30 minutes before sleeping. Don't touch your bed during the day so that when you go to the bed, you directly sleep and your brain doesn't think that it's time to scroll reels or study. These basic things, they sound very small and they sound very insignificant, but they do actually add up a lot in terms of making progress long term. Your protein choices also matter. If you're always eating only plant-based protein sources, then it's not going to give you as good of gains as you would have got if you opted for animal-based protein sources like whey protein, paneer, milk, eggs, fish, meat, or even if you're having protein every single day, but if you're just not having enough, it's not going to give you the optimal results and it's not going to lead you to your dream physique. If you're not tracking your food, if you're not tracking your calories or protein in an app meticulously every single day, then you never know for sure if you're actually hitting your daily protein goal or not. Just assuming having 100 grams of chicken for lunch and 100 grams of paneer for dinner is going to hit my protein goal for the day is just insanity and nonsense. You don't know if that's actually 100 grams or not. You don't know if that's actually even giving you enough protein or calories in the first place. So how can you be so sure? Why are you assuming things you don't know about? Sleep and protein, these are the two most overlooked factors that you need to optimize ASAP if you want to get in the best shape of your life. At least 6 to 7 hours of good quality sleep and 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. No questions asked, every single day. And finally, it's going to be always thinking about the when instead of the what that you need to do today. Forget about the time, bro. Forget about how long it's going to take. It's going to take almost forever. You're never going to be as big as you want, because the bigger you get, the bigger you want to be. Plus, when you think about how long it's going to take you to reach your dream physique, the answer is almost never ever going to be impressive. It's not going to be like 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. It's going to be more than 10 years, more than 8 to 10 years, easy. I know it doesn't sound impressive. I know it sounds demotivating, but I'm sitting here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And this is the truth. You need to stick with this game longer. The name of the game is consistency. So the longer you play the game, the more you win. And honestly, if you just stick to the gym for about one entire year, you're already ahead of 99% of the people. Because 99.9% of the people just quit in the first year. 0 to 6 months, that's it. They give up. So keep at it, bro. Keep at it. So to summarize this entire video, train every single muscle of your body at least 2 times per week. Train to failure frequently. Don't underestimate your sleep, protein, nutrition, and stop thinking about the when and start focusing on the what you have to do today. Now, if you want to learn how to lose fat effectively and stay lean forever, then I've actually made a complete fat loss guide on it. The link for that guide will be the first link in the description box below. It literally costs lesser than what you spend at McDonald's in a day, so do give it a shot. Invest in your health instead. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in the next one.